Hello and welcome to the Adventures of Siberia. We are playing Space Engineers, and this is the Industrial Overhaul. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of plans for today. So, in the mods, so far we have pulled out the assembly bench. And we look at the production, this is what it can make over here. We have acid power, alkaline power cells, all this stuff that I can make. However, it is not an automated system. You have to manually put materials in here for it to produce those components for you. And the way we've been gathering those materials is through the refinery. You know, we have cargo, we throw stone in there, and the refinery gives us, why don't we just throw a little bit of stone in there just so we can see it. Where is it? Stone, where are you? Stone, let's go ahead and throw, I don't know, 10,000 in there just so we can check it out. There we have it. Stone in the cargo has been pulled into the smelter, and this is the byproduct now. Normally we would have gotten iron, nickel, silicon in this case, and also the gravel, but in this case, in this mod, we also get copper, which is really cool. With those minerals, let's go ahead and just grab them for the sake of grabbing them here. And you can go ahead and dump them into your assembling bench and go ahead and queue up any type of material, let's say 100 steel plates, whatever. That's where we're at right now on our save. So I wanted to talk about a couple of new blocks that I'm thinking about unlocking today. So let's go ahead and jump over here. I'm not going to touch this base because I am in creative right now. Just in the Alt F10, just enable creative mode, not full creative. So my batteries are still what they are. However, I had to add 3 cargo containers over here. When you process stone in that smelter, you get a lot of gravel. I mean, insane amounts. I just could not understand why you just get a lot. So I had to add some cargo, and I have been processing a bunch of stone from our trusty stone gathering crevice over here, the little crevasse. I also did go ahead and, for the sake of my sanity and time, I added a second bench. I just co-opted the two of them so they both can produce things now. But yeah, here are the things that it can produce. I want to take a look into the inventory, and this one, as you can see, 2,000 liters out of 2,000 liters. So let's get those out, and now let's see what this guy is doing. This one was supposed to be producing electromagnets, so it needs copper wires to finish that and some iron. As far as motors, we're going to need large steel tubes and copper wires. So let's go to the inventory of this guy. We know it's going to need some large steel tubes, right? Boom. There you go. Maybe not that many, but we need to place it up in here. So I need to take out some copper to make a little bit of room and place those in there. So now, oh, whatever. Let's go get that. What do we need? Iron? Is that what it said? Production. What do you need? Oh, copper wire. I knew we got it in here somewhere. Yeah, give me a bunch of these and a bunch of these. Let's go ahead and place you as well in here. And if I put you there, will you keep pulling yourself around and making it happen? Will you make a computer? Or, yeah, maybe? See, it already stopped. What does it need? More of these. Okay. I'm gonna take a few of these out just to give myself a little bit of room. It's not really using too much silicon. There we go. Alright, so stuff is making. So we have a couple of things to do. Let's go talk about those new blocks that I want to do. So we have a bunch of gravel, right? I want to go ahead and take a look at my production blocks here. And I believe the one thing that we can do with all that gravel is put it in the cement kiln. Now, what is a cement kiln? It is a very large block, as we can see here. Wow, he is a mammoth block. Look at that. So I think this might be one of the ways that we can do anything with that gravel. So if we look here and we go to its production, if you queue up concrete, it requires gravel. I've been doing this stone here. Let's go into the smelter. Let's look at all that gravel. You see, it just makes gravel, like a lot of gravel. Let's take that gravel, throw it in here, just to see what happens, and go back to the production. It turns it into concrete. So, one more thing that I want to show you guys here. I'm going to go ahead and extend this little platform just a little bit more here. I have a feeling these blocks are going to get wild. We have concrete blocks that we can work with. So we have all different shapes and such. Let's see if I can place all of them here really quickly. Oh, we got this one too. That is kind of cool. And the corner one. Alright, you get the gist, right? Okay, and we're back to the blocks there. Okay, so these are all the ones that we have. And let me go ahead and paint them a different color here, just to differentiate them from the crowd. There we have it. So these are what I'm interested in, because we have a base to build. These require concrete and girders. So here we are again. We have to figure out what is the best way to pick up some girders. Again, this thing's gonna get massive. So one of the blocks in the production block section here is the extruder. Forms tubes and girders. Let's take a look at it and see what it needs. There we have it. Let's go into its production. It just requires iron to make girders. So let's go ahead and queue up a bunch of those. Don't worry guys, I'm going to leave all this stuff. And grab some iron from the smelter. Give me iron, sir. And throw it in there. And there we have it. Now we can make those concrete blocks. And I think these are the next two that I'm going to build, just so I can get those concrete blocks going. There's so much material here, and you know, normally we just chuck it, but in this save, we're actually going to need it. So guys, I am going to go ahead and delete all of this. Bye-bye. And reload really quick into my survival mode here. Be right back. Alright guys, I am back, and it is top of the morning and time to do a little yoga, get a little stretching going before we start this lovely day of work here in Syberiaville. Alright, I am fully now in the survival mode and ready to roll. I'm so excited. Let's get this going. I think the first thing I want to do is get the cement kiln so we can start throwing this stuff in it, right? I think that's the first step. So let's go ahead and find that cement kiln and go ahead and get back to my normal menus here. There we have it. So what are we going to need to make one of these? A lot of components. Let's go ahead and grab them. Okay, there goes everything I had. Put it into production, so hopefully these guys will make it now, right? I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out and re-queue it, just because I don't remember what was on here. Alright, so let's go ahead and queue everything up for that. There we go. I think I want to place it. This thing is so big. Okay. Where do I want to place this? Can we place it? I don't really have a choice of where it can go, really. It's just massive. I think for now, I do really want to put it on the concrete blocks, but let's go ahead and extend this out until we are able to do that. I need to make some room here to place these large blocks that we are going to be working with. But I am super excited to get this cement kiln going, and also the wire extruder, right? Get that going so that we can make those girders and we can start building this nice flooring. I want to make the garage out of cement, and then the flooring here where we're going to be placing all of these different industrial blocks. It's going to be so cool. Alright, so let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to place that cement kiln right about here somewhere. So let's see, it's got 2 connecting points on the end here on this side, and maybe if I can just kind of line it up with the smelter, I can just run a pipe there afterwards. Is that the block? It's so big, it's so hard to say. Let's go check it out. I think it's right there. What I'm hoping is, yeah, that we can run a pipe from here to here. So let's go ahead and weld as much of this as we can and start chucking some of that gravel into it and get things going. That would be awesome, right? Wow, this thing is insanely massive. I know I said that 1,000 times, but I have a feeling this mod is going to be making me say a lot more. So, do we have everything here? Yes, we do. Awesome, let's get it. Maybe not. What am I missing? Oh, we unqueued it for some reason. Okay. Give me 65 steel plates. We do have those, right? Yes, we do. There we have it. So excited to get this going. Not excited to carry all that gravel here. But it's part of it, right? But look at that. And you guys thought we were gonna get a basic assembler or something, right? Yeah, this mod is significantly more interactive. So let's go to the production of the cement kiln here and queue up a bunch of concrete, right? Do we go here with it? Why is it not making? Not enough power. That's not enough power. Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna require a lot of power, aren't we? Okay. I guess I gotta figure out where I want to place my... You know what? I think what I want to do... I know we're trying to collect all this wind power, but look at all this ice. Why not a hydrogen generator, a tank, and some engines? See, we might have to change the plans here for a second, but let's go to the power blocks. And our hydrogen engine requires all items that we can make. Okay, so that is doable. Let's go ahead and find our tank. We don't have to have a super huge one, but can we, if we wanted one? It's a lot of stuff, but we can make it. I think I'd rather go with the large one. And also an H2O2. Can we make that? Heating motor, steel plate. Once again, yes. The answer is yes. As long as we don't need a lot of those aluminum plates, I think we're okay because I only have a limited amount of those. But yeah, just double checking. Yes, we can build all 3 of those. And then I can just start digging a hole into the ice somewhere here. I'll pick a spot and start digging my life away again and filling it up. So I think what I will do, however, is because we're going to need to put it into the cargo system, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just make this H2O2. Let's grab some steel plates and such so we can place this. I think if I leave its conveyor ports aiming outwards, I can connect other things to it here. Let's go ahead and get that tank, and also the engines to place them down here, which is already here actually. So let me get the tank, placed right here. It'll be nice and tall and hopefully out of the way. Yeah, that'll work. And then maybe we can go some more engines up there, or power. I know I need to keep the power for all this stuff, so what I am going to do is actually shut this off. Let's go to the control panel and Smelter Kiln and turn it off so you're not burning through all the power until we get more power. And because I left, I think I'm just going to place the hydrogen engines. Let's start with maybe like one of them. They have the connector, just import there. Maybe one here. And one here. I think that'll do for now. This is strictly to make us some power, really. But we have to weld this up in order here to get things going. So let's go ahead and start with the H2O2 generator. And I'll be honest with you, I am going to go ahead and just, as far as the extruder goes, I know we got to work on some power here for a minute. I'm just going to go ahead and place it down somewhere, mostly so I don't forget it. So I'm probably going to follow it through over here or so. Maybe do I want it over here? Let's just place it right here for now, just for the time. I'm going to leave just that so I can remember to weld it up later. But let's go ahead and finish up our H2O2. What kind of materials do I need? Copper wires and such. Do you have any? I'm going to go ahead and queue up more stuff. I have a feeling, even though we have a lot of these things, it might just take forever to make them anyway. Does this rover have anything in it? Any element or anything? No, but we got computers, and I know we're going to need those. Give me this, give me this. You know, give me all your stuff. Everything's gravel. Everything is gravel around here. I just need one more of those. Gimme. There we go. So now I can pop some ice in here and start fueling up those engines. I gotta make the tank. We're almost there. We're gonna need steel tubes, large steel tubes, and small steel tubes. See how many of those we can go ahead and just grab right here. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Probably gonna need to make the small steel tubes. But here we have it. I think this is the quickest way I can establish some power here now that we do have a little bit more materials. And then what I will do is I will farm some more stone, get that processing through here. And are you making the stuff I need? No, I don't need you. I need those. Let's go. Small steel tube. Let's start doing this here while it's making the rest of that stuff. At least one of them should be working. Weld times are insane. We need to upgrade our weapons and our tools. One of the other things I was debating, I know we're just getting started, so I haven't set up any enemy AI out there or anything. I mean, we're pretty safe here right now. Kind of want to just focus on how do we build this before we start fighting things. But I figured eventually, once we unlock the weapons and such, that we might want to unleash the drones and start protecting this place and turning it into something a little bit more exciting to live around. What do we need for construction components? Do we have enough? Yes, we do. There we have it. We should be able to power one of these engines now as soon as I throw some ice into the system. And hopefully this will let us run our cement kiln. Let me go ahead and empty my pockets before I go grab a load of ice. I think I'm just going to fly a little bit down so I don't have to look at the hole the entire time. Be right back, guys. I'll be back with ice. Alright guys, here we are. I got a full load of ice. Let's go ahead and chuck it into the system here. Let's see what's going on. Why don't I hear engines? What's going on? Talk to me. Alright, H2O2. Oh, we require a lot of power and stuff to get things going. I think what I'll... Does this work? What if I turn this off so it's not burning the power? And then the hydrogen generator could start? Max output. The hydrogen engine is not taking anything yet. The hydrogen tank is filling, so we are powered. Oh. Auto refill or something? You know, I've seen the bug where the engine just won't start for some reason until after a reload. So I'm gonna try that out. And there it is. Exactly as I suspected it. It is now running and producing power. I do, however, want to build up this other one, and I want to do a quick test because I believe that if you have a cockpit, which I don't on this base, you can just power the base down and power it back up with your Y once you're in a cockpit. I might go into creative, pop a cockpit just to do a quick test here, because that would be worth knowing. But that would mean that this one here, as soon as I'm done welding it, it will be off as well. So let's see what happens here really quickly. If it will start, or if it will just be bugged out. Okay, so we are fully welded. I don't hear this engine running, and this is what the animations look like with the little pistons running when it's fully on. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick try, off, back on. I don't see anything happening. So I am gonna go ahead and just pop into my creative really quickly here and do a cockpit just to figure this out really quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it right on top of the engine here. And it just started. You heard that as soon as I placed it. There you go. Now we know. Let me get off of creative mode. And now we should be pulling some power to where I can turn these guys back on. So let's go ahead and turn our smelter back on. And also, hopefully this guy can turn back on here, our cement kiln. I hear stuff making. Do I? I sure do. We are making concrete. So yeah, despite our little hydrogen tower detour here, we are back on track. So now I have all of this that I can throw in here. All the possible components were deposited. I want to go ahead and queue myself up the parts for the extruder. So this is our next build. We just need a few copper wire, and I believe I have some right over here. Do I? I do. Very, very cool. With this, I should now be able to start producing, with all of this iron that I have, some of these girders. And the other thing that's going to be really cool is the fact that it will go into the auto production here once you queue into the base. Anything that this produces, same thing with the cement kiln, anything aside from the assembling bench. Wow, these do take a long time. We need better tools. I'm protesting. I need better tools. There we have it, guys. It is up and running. We are now able to make and queue up girders. So if I queue up 100, I do have, I'm going to go ahead and queue up 500 because I have a feeling most of this iron here will eventually be converted back to cement. The other thing I want to do is pop a conveyor on this section right here so that we can pipe this cement kiln right into the system that we have here, so I don't have to keep running back and forth to get things. I will figure out maybe a staircase over that or something. I have a feeling a lot of this will be happening. There we have it. It is now built. Very cool. Now our cement is making, I can start throwing this into the system so the kiln can pick it up. I'm just going to throw a few. I don't want to gum everything up. That should be more than enough for that thing to keep making cement for ages. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the production. Yeah, we got a bunch that it's going to make. Just let it do its thing. Alright, very, very cool. One of the next things on our agenda was fixing up the Indy Wagon. This thing has been neglected for overnight, and that is not tolerable. It is time we work on it. So, last night, I actually went into creative, and I took this this version of it, just the way it's sitting here. I just did a quick Control-C on it, popped it over there, went into creative, and I was working a nice little design that I think is going to work really awesome with this. So my intentions here, my goal, is to make sure that our Indy Wagon can recharge its own batteries, because, you know, eventually it will die out. I did stop using the survival kit to produce stone now that we have all of this, so the power should last a little bit longer. I'm running out of fuel. Let me go ahead and reload my hydrogen bottle here and switch them off and get everything topped off. So what I'm thinking is I want it to be able to refuel its own batteries. So I'm thinking a hydrogen engine, much like we just did behind me here on our hydrogen engine tower. And also more cargo space, because the next thing I need to do is jump in this wagon and go locate some essential materials that we're going to need here. Right now we only have the basics, your iron, nickel, silicon, and copper, and lots of gravel. Stop doing that. Let's do it the right way. Alright, there we go. So here's my idea. I think that the best way that this wagon is going to be able to do what I need it to is I need to add a small conveyor here and a curve right there, and I need to do this on both sides like so. There we have it. Come on. And then that allows me to place our medium cargo, which I need materials for. Give me. What do I need? Not you. You. Did I use aluminum for something else? Oh no, we only had a limited amount. I did not check, but I think maybe these guys ended up with aluminum, huh? This one, was it you? No, where did it go? I picked up some aluminum. Oh, here it is. What am I thinking? Don't know what that was all about. But I did pick up some aluminum on a few unknown signals there. Got lucky with that. So I'm thinking a cargo here and a cargo here. The next thing is an engine. So let's go ahead and grab a hydrogen. Keep in mind we do have gasoline engines, which we will be using, I hope, relatively soon. But I'm thinking an engine right there, and then dead in the middle, right over here, let's go ahead and open up some room. Come on. I can take a tank, one of those baby tiny ones for small grid, like so, and place it right here. So we have a little bit of hydrogen. All I gotta do, we already have a hydrogen generator up the front, so all I gotta do is throw a little ice in there. We'll keep that full, and once it's parked at a base, it can steal hydrogen from here and power from here as well. So let's go ahead and weld this all up. And I want to start with these wheels because they are way overdue and they need much love.
the beginning of the end? Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you this, my friend. Is this the end of the beginning?
Alright, we have everything done that we need here. There we have it. So now the Indy Wagon has 3 times more cargo capability and also a way to recharge itself, which is super exciting. I'm very happy for that. Very, very happy with that. Alright, so I want to match. I want to kind of do a little design on that side as well, because, you know, it kind of have this divot here. I kind of feel like it should be on this side as well. So let me play around with this for a second. Let's go ahead and grind down all this stuff. You can come with, you can come with. There we have it. And I think what I'm going to do is just rebuild it exactly as it is in front of the survival kit on the opposite side. Like so. Can I get the red? Yes, there we go. This would go here. One up here, one up there. This would be what covers this section. One of the little slopies. And these are black in the middle, so I'm just going to go with a black here. Like that. And then here, later, I don't think I can make them yet, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with like an LCD with the logo of the faction or something. The Adventures of Syberiah faction. I don't know. I'll think of something to put here, but I do want to go ahead and paint that black as well. Let's go and fill in the gaps here. We need more steel plate. Give me. Cool. And fill in the gaps here. Like so. I think I am going to stop right there at that level. Might be the way to go. Yeah, and then I can just do a slopey or something right there. Let's go ahead and fill this in. Go ahead and pick up some of that red and do our lip here at the very bottom. And 3, and go back to our regular blocks all the way to the back. And then here, I'm just going to place a corner one. I think I'm going to leave a little room underneath for maybe a light or something, maybe in here. I don't know yet. I got to play with that and figure out what I want to do. But I'm thinking that's going to be our design right there. Looking good so far. I'm happy with it. Let me see. Go ahead and place this. And there we have it. Another little corner. And then our slopies. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and weld everything up here. Alrighty, so there we have it. Everything is welded up, ready to roll. I think what I want to do is maybe create a little something here. Why is it grinding that and not the window? There we go. But I was thinking about just placing a regular, let's give me a red block there. So I'm thinking a regular block and then weld it. And then maybe one of these, just for a finish over here that's a little bit nicer than what we got going on there. So since this is red, I'm going to go with the red engine, like so. We'll leave the tanks yellow. And what else? And that's it. Let's finish the armor plating back here quickly. I'm going to go ahead and grab the black and place it like so. Like right here and here. There as well. And wait, I never connected our engine, did I? Let's go ahead and connect that, or else this is just not going to work. Yeah, it needs to be connected. So actually I'm going to go with a full conveyor. And it's just so I can place an extra block right here. So let's go ahead and weld these guys up as well. Story of my life, I need motors. Come on, just one motor. Nobody's getting a motor. Can you make it? Yes, you can. Alright, well that's making. I think one of the next things I want to do is to... I think I'm just going to go ahead and close this off. Oops, wrong button. Shift B. Like so. Just like that. And I do want to make it look like it's got some type of support here. So what I was thinking is just a few of these blocks. Now do it in the black because it's starting right there in the black. And we can do maybe...
Fuel critical.
I'm about to not have fuel. There we go. Let's go ahead and place it right there. Right there. And then we can get a slopey. Just to close it off right here. Where is it? One of these. Like so. That would be kind of nice here. Look like it's got some type of support. Yeah, I'm digging it. Let's go ahead and do the same here. I'm going to go ahead and place all of these guys. There we have it. And here. And our lovely slopey. The star of the show. Let's go ahead and weld these guys up as well. Why aren't you welding? There we have it. What do you guys think of our... Oh yeah, forgot about the whole no hydrogen thing. Let's go ahead and swap bottles again. And I'm going to jump into the cockpit just to reload my fuel while we take a quick look around from this angle. There we have it. It's a little bit dark there. Let's see. But yeah, we get the gist here, right? Let me go ahead and, now that I'm refueled, run back out there. I kind of like the way this is looking. I think what I'll do is add a couple of lights, because I did have 2 lights, and those do play an important part here, especially if we're going to be driving around a lot. Let's go ahead and go with these as well, like that. And this could be the back of our Indy wagon now. Very cool. Very, very cool. I want some lights. Let's see what we can get here. I was thinking I want to do the offset lights here. These guys. Not the spotlight, but these. Let's see if I can get some materials. What do we need? Light bulb, construction components. Alright, looks like I got enough. Let's see. I want something that's going to illuminate the sides of when I'm driving, so I can see what's around me as well, get a better field of view. So I'm thinking here is a good spot for one. And on the opposite cargo, the same. I do have a bunch of lights at the front, and I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 at the back end here as well. Let's see. Why don't I place a light bulb? Can I do... Let's close this up as well, now that I'm looking at it. And then what I can do is, instead of this, and forget to weld that, which would have been critically not going to let my engine work. There we have it. I am so glad I popped that out. And I was thinking about doing one of these. And also then a light right there. I think that might be the answer for what I'm looking for here. That'll illuminate every side. And I think we are ready for a test drive. Let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit here. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and add that wheel, those wheels, into the ones that I have here. So let's add these, to the group, and then go ahead and match. I want strength of 25, and I want power of 60, height of max. Now, as you can see, the back wheels are the ones that are going to be churning as well. Let's take it for a spin. And look at that. We are on the road. I'm going to drive up to my little trusty little ice gathering crevasse right here. So let's go ahead and take the lights. Offset light, and go ahead and increase the radius on these guys. And I actually want to drop the intensity just so it's not so bright all the time. I do want to see around me, but you know, I don't need to be blind seeing. What do I have in my inventory? Yeah, let's grab a little tiny bit of ice and test out this engine. I don't need to fill the whole entire thing, but eventually I am going to come back here and start mining some ice. I might end up in the near future coming up with a drill system to do this automatically, because it makes life a little easier, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pop this ice in here, and I believe that we have the same situation going on with our engine that we did at the base. So I'm going to do a quick test. Shut it down and turn it back on. And now look at that, 15 days of power. This is awesome. This works. Let's make our first trip towards that unknown signal. We got 5 minutes. Look at this thing, it's running awesome. It looks cool, it's got plenty of space for cargo. Bring a buddy if you want. And now it can totally handle the weight. I wanted to set up a second set of wheels like that, or a third row of wheels, but I couldn't justify it because we weren't really carrying the weight. But now this works. We have everything that we need to go farm materials. Go ahead and turn on our metal detector. Let's see if it's at max. I believe I did set it to max, didn't I? I did. Awesome. And let's head towards this unknown signal. This is so cool. It came out really awesome. Very happy with this. First person view. No lights. There we have it. Very, very awesome. Here, Mr. I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything I got into my cargo so I can just loot that. What do you have for me? Cow drill. I always need a cow drill. Can we move this? Yes, give me that stuff. Okay, what is going on here? There we have it. Oh yes, aluminum. Yeah guys, this is where I've been getting the little bit that I did have. That's why we were able to make those medium cargo containers. Otherwise, I would not have been able to even make those. So yeah, when you start this mod, definitely worth checking out your unknown signals for these materials. I don't even know what makes those aluminum plates yet. I haven't found aluminum ore or anything. Let's see what happens. The life of grinding unknown signals, day in and day out. Different than mining, that's for sure. Alright, I think that since I got the wagon working, I think I need to place my engine on an off list here, because we don't need to be burning through all of that fuel all of the time. I mean, we do have 100%, but we are a little bit on the full side. 16 minutes of power going uphill here, because we are really straining for that speed. Once I let out, it's a little easier. But we do have a way to refuel now, which makes me very happy. I think what I'm going to do now, guys, is... And ooh, look at that! We just found lithium. This is really exciting. I have to go around and I'm going to do a time lapse. But I'm going to wait till the morning before I do it. And I'm just going to go mark GPS locations of as many materials as I can find, even if I don't know what they're good for. But I just want to mark it all and just have them available. So let's do /GPS, or I'm going to do LI for lithium. Very cool. So there you have it, guys. It is time for the Scouting for Minerals time lapse.
Charred remains, mortar shells, red rain. Mogadishu, don't forget, angels' blood was being let, bringing comfort and supplies to emaciated sunken eyes. Is this the end of the beginning, or the beginning of the end? Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you this, my friend. Yugoslav genocide, so much anger from inside. Ethnic difference causes pain, flashing in each other's brains. Communism, it concedes to death and violence in the streets, like the Chinese prophet said. The beginning of the end. Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you this, my friend. Is this the end of the beginning or beginning of the end? Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you, my friend. Is this the end of the beginning or beginning of the end? The end of the beginning or beginning of the end? Beginning of the end. Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you this, my friend. Is this the end of the beginning or beginning of the end? Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you, my friend. The end of the beginning or beginning of the end? Is this the end of the beginning? I'll ask you again. Is this the end of the beginning or the beginning of the end?
Well, guys, I have been riding around this place like crazy. I managed to get some really good intel on a bunch of materials. So I'm really excited. I do know where to go now to collect certain things as we are going to need to progress. And let me just go ahead and park the Indy wagon right up here. So this is what I want to show you guys really quick. Well, first off, Indy wagon did awesome. hydrogen generator kept us powered. I was able to stay out there for a very long time, as indicated by my GPS markers. So this is all materials that are available and I will be able to use. My HUD is kind of going crazy right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and replace all these steel blocks here with some concrete ones, and then go ahead and mine some basic materials and get ready for our next episode. So guys, thank you very, very much for joining me today in the Adventures of Syberiah. Please feel free to hit that like button, and if you enjoyed my shenanigans, please go ahead and subscribe. Have a great one.